In this video, I'm going to show you how to find a 3-figure bearing. You're going to need a protractor, ruler, pencil that's nice and sharp for accurate drawing purposes, and a pencil sharpener just in case. Alright, here we go. So imagine you've got a question like this. You've got my house marked on a map and the King Power Stadium also marked on the map. I'd like to find out the 3-figure bearing of the King Power Stadium from my house. So the first thing that we're going to need to do is draw a line pointing north at my house, because we're figuring out the 3-figure bearing from my house. And we're going to make sure we label that north. Once you've done that, you're going to take your ruler and you're going to draw a line that connects my house and the King Power Stadium. Like so. A 3-figure bearing is always measured clockwise from the north line. So in order to measure the 3-figure bearing, you have to line up your protractor with the 0-degree line on the north line, because we're going to measure in a clockwise direction. So I've put my protractor on the page. I have lined up the 0-degree line with the north line. I've got the little crosshairs on my house because that's where we are measuring from, and then we can go from 0 up 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So I've got 110. Here's 120 degrees and it's just below that. So that's 119 degrees. So the 3-figure bearing of the King Power Stadium from my house is 119 degrees. I think it's worth reminding you at this point that at 119 degrees, this is an obtuse angle. Alright, this one's a very similar problem, but this time the angle that we've got to measure is going to be a reflex angle. So I'd like to show you how to measure that. This time we're going to find the 3-figure bearing of Birmingham from Leicester. So we follow the same process again. First thing we do, if we're working out the bearing from Leicester, then we need to draw our north line onto Leicester. Then we are going to draw a line that connects Leicester and Birmingham. So far, just the same as last time. There we go. But the important thing to remember is that when you measure a 3-figure bearing, you have to measure clockwise from, oh, I didn't label it, from the north line around to the line that connects the two places. So that means it is this reflex angle that we need to measure. And I think probably the best or the quickest way to do this is actually to measure this angle first and then subtract it from 360 degrees, because as you know, the angles around a point add up to 360 degrees. So to measure, once again, we're going to place the crosshairs on the place from where we are measuring the bearing, and we are going to line up the 0 line on the protractor with the north line that we've drawn. So I've got the 0 on the north line, I've got the crosshairs on Leicester. We go from 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and this time we are just above 100, 101. So that's telling me that this angle here is 101 degrees. But remember, this is not our 3-figure bearing. A 3-figure bearing must be measured from the north line in a clockwise direction. So actually, it's this reflex angle that we want. So in order to figure out that reflex angle, we then simply do our 360 degrees. The angles around a point add up to 360 degrees, and subtract 101 degrees from that. And that, of course will give us an angle of 259 degrees. So we would say that the 3-figure bearing of Birmingham from Leicester is 259 degrees, and that's referring to this reflex angle here.